Arlo. So today I'm going to show you how I colored my donut. There will be two parts to this video. So this one will only take you so far, but I think that's okay. So right now I am just trying out all my colors. So in class last week, I asked you to start collecting your colors. It's important in marker because we don't always have the right colors in markers. So we have to pick out our best choices. May not be a perfect match, but if you can see it at all in your picture, collect it, write it down, and remember it. Don't be weirded out that I put purple there. You'll see in the second video why I chose it. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start with brown. Normally, I don't like to start with dark colors, but it's the easiest thing on this picture because it's an undercolor. We're going to layer over this brown later, but right now we're going to color in between the frosting. So you can see I'm doing my edges, and I know my hand is in the way a little bit, but you'll see as I move down. By doing my edges, I can color a little neater. I do know, though, that even when you do your edges, you can still end up going outside of the lines. And if you zoom in, you can see that I go outside of the lines a couple times. And I will show you later how to fix that when it happens. So now I'm just filling them in. And if you wanted to, you could do all the edges and then start filling them in, but I'm just doing it however I want. So just whatever square I want to do. It's just for relaxation. It's nice. It's nice that it's not a scary part. Okay, right now I noticed there was a part that I forgot to draw in, so I'm adding that. That's another reason why starting with this color and doing all these pieces is good, because it helps you check your drawing. And it really helps you focus on that frosting. That frosting is important because the way it sits on the donut will show us the shape of the donut a little bit. When we see that the frosting curves, we know that the donut curves too. Okay, to save us some time, I'm just gonna speed up the video a little bit more because I know you know how to do the rest. Sometimes when you're coloring a lot, it's important to stretch your hands and take breaks. So that's what I was doing there. I was just stretching out my fingers and my wrists. It feels so good when you finish. So satisfying. Ah, the best part. Yay, I did all the brown. So now I am starting on the plate. The plate is pretty tricky because it is all soft grays. And what does soft mean? Soft refers to something having a soft edge. So that's a fuzzy edge like a cotton ball or a cloud. Anything that is blended has a soft edge. The opposite would be a hard edge, right? Markers are really good for hard edges. The hard edge, you know right where it stops. So all the brown we did had a hard edge. So with the plate, we're just going to have to do the best we can. And I'm choosing the shapes that make me happy. There's probably a lot of shapes that you can see in the shadows. And I'm filling them in. And later I'm going to do some layering that is going to help to blend them. But here you just want to do your best. And the only one that is really, really critical is the one that is coming off of the donut itself. So the one on the bottom of the donut. But the rest of them, just make yourself happy. Find what you can. And don't get too frustrated if you don't have a light enough gray. It will just be a little bit darker plate, and that's okay. The gray that I'm using is an alcohol marker. It's like semi-opaque. That means it's a little bit creamy and it's not completely see-through. So I'm really liking it. I got it from, a set from Amazon, so it's nothing special. The color is warm gray, and you can see that even though it's a gray, it looks like it has a little bit of brown in it, or it's a little bit chocolatey. Now, if it looks more blue, that would be called a cool gray. Okay, so now I'm looking for a color for the cake part of the donut. I'm going to use a tan. It's a Crayola marker from the Multicultural Skin Tone set, but I could have used a peach. I could have used anything close enough. So if you remember from the beginning of the video, in markers, you may not have the perfect color, so you have to do close enough. Now, I'm going to do something that might be a little bit advanced, so don't do it if it makes you nervous. I am adding in some warmth to my gray. It's a little bit stronger than what's in the picture, but I know that my plate's going to be a little bit darker later. So I added in a little bit of peach and yellow in places, and sometimes some pink. And here I'm checking another color. I'm writing the names of the colors down because it makes it easy to find the right one. Because how do you know? Sometimes the lids are not the same color as the actual marker. It also helps for you to remember a week from now if you have it written down. So I realized that the color I was using is perfect for the caramel shadows. So I'm not looking too hard. I just know that the left side is darker in my picture, that there's more light coming from the right. So I'm just sort of putting in the shadows on the left side or the bottom. Every once in a while, I'll change it to make it more like the picture, but I'm just trying to get them all in. And it's really nice to see the frosting separated. You'll find that you'll pick out a color for one thing and then realize it'll match something else. So go ahead and use it for both. That just makes your job easier. Okay, so that's where I'm going to stop for today, and we'll pick up in part 2. I'll see you next time.